What's going on, gamers? Monster Hunter now is coming to a season close, and they're adding the insect glaive. So let's take a look at some of the news real quick, starting with the March 10th update. A lot of people are complaining about the UI, the camera. Really? People are complaining. I know they're complaining about the muscle memory, but okay. So March 10th update. I guess they're gonna fix the UI and the camera of the hunt preparation screen. This is what I really want to get into. So they got a couple new features that's trying to draw in more players, I'm sure. Brand new season begins. Season 9 kickoff. You got Seregios from Wilds, Viper Toba Kadachi, which is from World, and Almudron from Rise. And then Zenogre's getting its Riftborn debut. You have the Elder Dragon interceptions. Finally, they're about to start populating those. I mean, who the hell really wanted to fight like 5 Gauss Harags in a row? Like, I maybe there's a small number of them people, but yeah, I was adamantly avoiding it. I mean, I rarely haven't posted this game in quite some time, to be honest. I'm only doing it now because, like I said, they finally introduced the Insect Glaive, which is going to be interesting. So for those who don't know, the Insect Glaive is a 2-part weapon system. You have a staff that lets you pole vault and do all these acrobatics in the air and whatnot, right? And I think some ground acrobatics from Rise, I don't know if they're going to implement that, but since they have style customization, they probably will. And then there's also this thing called a Kinsec. It usually sits on your right arm. I don't think you're going to be able to switch, wielding positions. I don't think any Monster Hunter game actually. Most people are left-handed now that I think about it. Yeah, yeah, except for with the guns. I think they're right-handed. But with like the sword, shield, charge blade, switch axe, they start, goofy for our skateboarder friends and family out there. So yeah, they got the Insect Glaive. I wonder how that's going to play out because, like I said, it's a 2-part weapon system. You got to be able to control both of them. I have a feeling a lot of stuff's going to be on auto, and then you just set a parameter. I haven't even seen any videos of this, so hopefully my prediction is correct. I'll finally be 2 for 2 on this channel with predictions. But the next thing was this, which is the first prediction. I knew this had to come. This is okay. New feature, friend link. They're excited to announce it. We've been asking for this since like season 3, when they started doing huntathons, and I think dimensional links was either 3 or late 2, early 3, or like full on season 3. You finally get to invite your friends on your friends list. It makes sense now, right? To go fight. It's man, this was like a feature just been missing. I don't know why. Anyways, it says right here, friend link allows you to invite friends in faraway locations to join your hunts in from your paintball list or Elder Dragon Inception. So, okay, it's not any hunt. They are narrowing it down. Whenever you want to hunt together or take on a formidable monster, friend link lets your online friends jump in and join you. Invite to monster... Wait. Yeah, bad read. Invite friends to monsters in your paintball list or to Elder Dragon Interceptions and challenge them together. So this should be coming, next week on Thursday. Universal time codes, that's basically central time around here. And then, of course, you got Rip Charge, Bury Off. So that's cool. I knew that was going to come. I didn't know how they were going to do it. This is the way they're going to do it. And then, like I said, I knew the Insect Glaive was coming. People data mined that thing way, almost like a year ago, when they found out about the hunting horn and what was the other one they found out about? Switch axe. They found all 3 at the same time, really. So I want to get into this new build that I got since I'm back in the game. Go ahead and showcase this. I think this is like the ultimate bow hunter or bowgun build. If you guys got a better suggestion, let me know. So basically, you got guard, defensive loading, spare shot and evading, normal, element ammo boost, final shot, firm foothold, recoil, burst, and guard concentration. This last one being the new one as they're getting ready to close out the season. And since I already had Esperanza cannon, it's nice that I can like max it out with the style customization. If you use guard reload plus the aforementioned perks, you can get a full magazine quite quickly without, I guess you won't fall prey to the negative affinity, if you will, of having the style selected of guard reload for those who use that style. and I'm going to demonstrate it now. Cool, we got a couple of mons. The time just changed over, so let's see. We'll go with, that's a good one. Odo Garen is pretty cool. Yeah, we'll just go with the 1-star for right now. I was trying to find something that's going to be a little more exciting. He does move quite quickly, so the guard reload might be the best option here. So I'm going to go ahead and use that, get a boost, and here we go. We're going to jump right into it. Alright, so here's guard reload, right? I got burst activated. There it goes. I got the first bonus. You can see the shells have turned to a different color. I'm going to guard again. Now I got 2 different color shells for more power. Plus that burst, plus final shot, plus spare ammo, and then you got evade and reload. It's a nice it's more than a trifecta. It's fucking dope. This is probably going to be the build going forward, unless I get a better heavy bowgun. I'm pretty sure this will work with light bowgun too. But wait, no, it wouldn't. Light bowguns don't have shields. Strike that from the record. But I think the other side of it will work for light bowguns, I think. Not the guard concentration or the guard reload, but the sidestep if you want to like keep your magazine rack full. Let's join up with some randos. Now it's a Lunageron, basically an ice werewolf. I think it's a wyvern. Let's look at it real quick. Oh, they took out that feature so you can't tap to see it anymore. Interesting. Okay, here we go. I don't know what was wrong with the camera and the hunt screen. I guess it's just the turning around was the issue. Anyways. So that's guard. Now watch this. Oh, you got the paralysis off already. Now if I swipe, I might get it. It's a 50-50 roll each time you roll. Not going to get it on that one. Not getting it on that one. Okay, I got it on that one. So, like I said, it's a 50-50 roll for each one. But it could prove something useful, you know, in like a heavy Elder Dragon interception. I think he's going to grow right here. Yep. There we go. And so defensive loader puts the magazine rack back up to the top. Look, I got another shot right there. Let's see if I can get the stun. Can I get the stun? No stun. Okay. Another thing is you definitely have to tap now with the gun. So it's like you're pulling the trigger on the controller. Because if you hold it for just over a hair of a half a second, it goes into guard reload. So you have to basically keep your finger off the trigger, which is your touch screen. Which is, it's interesting how they set that up. So again, it makes me think, how are they going to do the insect glaive? I mean, we only got a few more days to wait to find out, but it's still going to be very interesting how they're going to pull that off, because again, it's a very technical weapon, but it's also a high mobility weapon. So I'm like, you got to move, vault, and then you got that, I don't know what the move is called when you're in the air, where you do the extra kind of burst in the air. I think the staff kind of farts or something in the air and it just goes. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting. And they've been actually, now I think about it, they had a really good like lock and key on this thing, because there's like no videos out, at least not that I came across my algorithm. And I'm subscribed to quite a few people who are like big on the channel with not my channel, but the channel of Monster Hunter. So they kept tight lip on it. Ooh, that was close. Yeah, see, now that evasion reload's coming in play right there. Got the break. There we go. We're going to move in to get the optimal range here. Lay him out with the poison. That spare shot plus the final shot plus the spare shot plus evasion reload plus defensive loading plus guard. Man, I believe I found the new meta build for heavy bowgun users. I really did. And it helps when your heavy bowgun has a guard point already in there. So I'm going to go back to the list here. So just so y'all can see, we have guard level 3, which moderately decreases the knockback and damage. Which, by the way, if you get hit too hard while you're doing guard reload, you lose the bonuses. You lose all that shit. Defensive loading, you get two extra shots that get replenished. Spare shot. Level 2 is 20% to not consume your ammo. And then you got evading reload, which is a 50-50 roll, but you get one shot back if you make it. and then the normal element boost. So the Esperanza cannon doesn't have any elemental. It has, you know, the poison buildup. So this isn't really helping, but the normal ammo, yes. And that's level 2, so that's boosted by 120%. And then the final shot, 20% extra bonus damage, or 20% extra damage on the last shell going out the magazine. And then, you know, firm foothold just in case you do miss your guard, you don't get like thrown back and take too much damage. Recoil, burst, and guard concentration again, which is that new one. And here's the thing about the recoil and reloading. Sorry about that, tap the mic. If you notice here, I don't have any reload at all. I don't know if you guys picked that up. So apparently with guard reload, you have a set fast rate to reload all shells, Wyvern ammo included. So there is no penalty for reloading, which is great. Please don't change that. This is fun. It's great. The game feels fun. It feels like I can go out there and kick some ass a lot easier and have to throw money at potions. So yeah. So if you for the not keen of eye, but the keen of eye who did pick that up, yeah, there's only recoil down just to keep the bowgun kind of steady. Because for most people, if you don't know, the heavy bowgun, it basically has a 1 level recoil built into it because it's a heavy bowgun. It's more stable. But typically the reload speed is slow because of the size of the weapon. So I think we got one more monster to go through here. Riftborn Devil Joe. I could use this against him since it's boosted, but I fought these Riftborns and look, the thing's on his leg this time. So yeah, I'm just gonna switch weapons. I have a build for this. Okay, I'm gonna flip a coin. Where's the coin at? I'm gonna flip a coin. Heads, we use the Varia build. Tails, we use the Rust Cannon. Flip a coin.
It's heads.
Okay, we're going with the Varia. Here we go. Ooh, almost got the perfect guard reload. Oh, almost got the growl off. So close. I'm trying to get that poison round so I can kind of whittle him down a little bit. At least this thing's on its leg this time. Usually it's on its forehead. Did I get the poison? Yeah, I got the poison off. Okay. Oh, come on. That didn't count the evade. Alright. That shit was weak. But whatever. I should have picked the Rust Cannon. I would have ate him up real quick with the poison. By the way, here's the Rust Cannon. For those who are wondering. This loadout right here. This shit just destroys Riftborn Devil Joes. So, there you go. It absolutely tears them up. I should have went with it. It would look better on camera, but I also wanted to showcase the build. It can hang in there, but again, you can manually switch out your magazine since it's a set or a fixed speed of reload. But poison is at the end of that magazine chain. You know what I mean? So like by the time I get there, I'm losing time. So I still think it's going to be a good meta build for the next season coming up, especially with Seregios coming. And I think he definitely causes bleed blight. So I think having that setup is going to be good at going against it. And then I'll probably definitely have a loadout for Insect Glaive because that was fun to play with in Monster Hunter 4 and Generations. I mained that. I mained that and the Charge Blade. That's what really made me like, oh, okay, I like Charge Blade. Charge Blade's cool. Especially when you get the combos off and you do it just right and you get that crazy file explosion at the end. So, yeah. All right. We only got one more thing to cover tonight before we roll out. Stand by. Let me load it up. All right. In tonight's final bit of news, Hackaday came across my desk with this Apple Watch running Ocarina of Time. This shit's crazy, bro. I mean, you always see people play, Doom on everything, a toaster, the back of a Tesla, tail light bar, depending on what Tesla you got, I guess. But somebody managed to put Ocarina of Time on an Apple Watch. And we're going to watch it real quick. Hopefully no ads.
The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and Minish Cap are some of my favorite Zelda games. But only one of these two games is actually playable on the Apple Watch. Yeah, I have to do something about this. And this shouldn't be too difficult, right? Because, I mean, I already made Super Mario 64 run on
so this guy's
device.
been doing it,
well,
and he's definitely on an Apple Watch Ultra.
Because
so this ain't gonna,
Ocarina of
this might not
Time
run on
is
your
much
standard
more
Apple Watch.
difficult to port than Mario 64. But we already have a full decomp of this game. And there's
Sorry for the echo, I just realized my levels were a little hot there.
And I took this as a base and went to work and made this thing run on the Apple Watch. It was very helpful that I already had experience with Mario 64 on the watch. Because of this experience, I managed to avoid a lot of mistakes. And also, yes,
okay, it's only a 3-minute
this
video.
version
This will be the video that takes
uses
us out
Scene Kit
for the
and
evening.
not Sprite Kit. And yes, I did actually implement Scene Kit on Mario 64 on the watch as well. And the short I uploaded after my video already had
real
Scene
talk.
Kit integrated.
I'm just gonna turn it down.
Here's the state of Ocarina of Time on the watch right now. The game starts
Can I turn
on
it
the
down
watch.
right here? Okay, real talk. It's impressive that he got this to work on a freaking watch. Yes, 100%. For you, bro. Seriously, that's actually impressive. You got the L, Z, A, B, the C buttons, all that stuff, right? But do you really want to play this shit on your watch like that, bro? Like, for real? Like, look how cramped it is. I mean, the game was always meant to be held with two hands, like, regardless of, I guess, whatever iteration of Ocarina of Time you get. It can be from the 64, the 3DS, the GameCube. I know it kind of jumped around with systems there, but, whatever. But it's on, like, almost every game system Nintendo released after 64 that Ocarina of Time's been on. And it's been remastered, so... And then there's also Master Quest. But this shit's crazy, bro. Like, there's even a full screen option. Y'all gotta let me know in the comments below. I'm not gonna watch the rest of this. It looks like the text is messed up. So there's a localization issue there, and one of the C buttons at the top is kind of iffy right there. But yeah, cool. I tell you what, it'd be cool if you can put Star Fox on this bitch. If you put Star Fox on Apple Ultra Watch, that's impressive, because I can see you playing that like on a bus, on a plane ride, right? And y'all can go watch this video. Shout out to him. But yeah, like games that are kind of like on rails, or that's easy, like Pokemon Snap. That would be a good one. Pokemon Stadium. Any one of those, any stadium game actually. What I say, Star Fox. Maybe Rush, San Francisco Rush, like a racing game. But Zelda requires a little more complexity to complete things. Even like the basic Kokiri Forest, I think I'm saying that right. Like you're gonna have to be able to, like you saw in the video, he actually took it off his wrist just to dual hand it. So, I mean, again, it's cool as shit. Don't get me wrong, it's cool. It's very impressive, but I mean, just better games at that point. So that's it for today. If you guys want to check it out, go over to Hackaday. They are not sponsoring this. Like I said, I like to share some of the cool shit that I get to come across my timeline with y'all. So hopefully y'all have a good one. I'll be back when the next season starts with Monster Hunter, and be checking out that insect glaive and see how they actually pulled this thing off. With that being said, like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, now it's my turn. Gotta stay headstrong, though. Versus take you far from the earth's surface. So can you coming to you live with the present dermis? No pseudo sermons, no way. No pseudoscience, no fake.